Hello and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And we need to take a look on a story of a Chinese man jailed 18 years for illegal trade of ivory in the nation of Zimbabwe. So this is a very interesting story right here. We have seen a lot of people, they've been compelling authorities, telling authorities to act, especially on the Chinese who are doing whatever which they want in the nation of Zimbabwe. So Chinese national jailed 18 years for illegal rhino, horn, and ivory dealings. And this is a good start. This is good news for everybody who want the Chinese to be held accountable. So the sentencing on its own, it sends a strong message that Zimbabwe has zero tolerance for wildlife. That is what the National Prosecution Authority said after this judgment or after this sentencing. So let us go straight to this story and understand what really happened. So a Chinese man has been sentenced to 18 years in prison after being convicted of illegally dealing in wildlife in one of the stiffest penalties handed down in Zimbabwe's ongoing crackdown on poaching and the illicit wildlife trade. A Harare magistrates on Thursday convicted Kong Xiangyong, 57, on 2 counts of unlawfully dealing in wildlife products. He was arrested in July after detectives recovered 7.7 kgs rhino horn worth 240,000 and 36 kg of raw ivory valued at just over 6,000 from his possession and residence. According to the National Prosecuting Authority, detectives acted on a tip-off, trailed Kong on 16 July. They intercepted him carrying a black satchel and a brown bag, which were found to contain 3 shrink-wrapped rhino horns. He was unable to produce the necessary permits or licenses. A subsequent search of his home uncovered the ivory pieces, deepening suspicions that Kong was part of a wider trafficking network. So the court then imposed an effective 18-year custodial sentence. So this is good news to everyone who want the Chinese to be held accountable. It must not end there. They must make sure that, number one, the Chinese, they account for banking of the monies which they are getting in business, either in mining or whatsoever. There is also need to make sure that the Chinese do not externalize money, move it procedurally out of Zimbabwe. That is also a major concern. And also the issue of smuggling of minerals. The Chinese, they've been fingered so many times in the smuggling of minerals, and there is a need for the authorities to make sure that they clamp down that and they stop those dealings from happening. So the National Prosecuting Authority said that the sentencing should deter others who may be tempted by lucrative but illegal wildlife trade. So this is what we have for you. This is one of the headlines which are here. A Chinese man was sentenced to 18 years for illegal trade in wildlife and ivory. So this is what is happening. This is what we have for you. My name is Ronald Komakusha, and we'll continue to look at what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. So let us meet in other episodes as well as other broadcasts.